Hey everyone, welcome to the greenhouse. It's a little bit nippy out here. It might be about maybe about 40 degrees. And so I'm hard at work getting things together. I am still working on building the garden beds, but I've taken a break there. I haven't put them together. I've just kind of um, cut the lumber and have it here. One of the things I realized I wanted to do is put some netting up before I put the beds up against the baseboards. So this model has the drop down sides, meaning that the sides of them can roll down to provide ventilation and airflow in the hot months. The thing is, when those sides drop down, there is nothing that's serving as a barrier to prevent pests from getting in. It's just wide open. So one of the reasons we wanted the drop down sides instead of the sides that roll up is because once the sides roll up, then you get all manner of critters that can scurry in. But the drop down sides, they ventilate from here, and so you still have the lower portion that would prevent critters from coming in from the bottom. So the drop down sides, but still it's wide open, so you can't really see it. I'm going to focus. Let's do a see if you can tell the difference. Okay, so I've started putting in, and it's just this fine garden mesh material that would serve as a barrier when this plastic side drops down. And so I've gotten up to this point, and right now I'm just doing an initial kind of stapling it in. Mesh is very fine. This isn't something that would hold it, these staples, but it's just gonna hold it temporarily till I can get back in here. And what I'm actually gonna use are some battens, just some thin strips of wood to come here, and as long as this piece is, and that will kind of really hold the mesh in place. So hopefully it will continue to hold up here till I can get back. As you can see, it's starting to kind of get dark out, and I really just kind of wanted to come in and tack in this first piece. The bottom, I still have to staple in the bottom as well, and I'll do that before I leave here. Just kind of go along this baseboard and staple it in. I just got one of these regular kind of manual staple guns. I do have a electric one. Of course, it's not charged up, but I could really use the electric one, so I'll be sure to charge that up. I also have a brad nailer that I think takes staples, and I mean that would be best of all, because this is really giving, talk about a hand job. Anyway, yeah, so this is where we are so far in the greenhouse. These the mesh panels that I bought, and they're not really called panels, they're just garden mesh. They are 8 feet, we'll say tall, since that's how I'm using it this way, 8 feet vertical and 25 feet long. So as you see, this one stops here. I've got another one that'll take it to the end, and that's just one side because we still have this other side that I haven't done just yet. And the dimensions of the greenhouse, it is 20 feet wide, so 20 feet wide by 48 feet long. And that is our update. Today is January 4th. I have, today is Thursday, I have a week before classes resume at the university, so I'll be teaching. And I still have to get myself together to teach, and in between now and then, I've got an incredible writing workshop that I'm just really thrilled to participate in. I haven't workshopped any of my own work in, I don't know, 20 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. Anyway, so I'm excited about that. So lots to do. I'm going to get these staples in, and then I am going to catch my ride, my zero-turn mower, which has my little cart attached to it. Man, I can't wait till I'm able to afford to get like a side-by-side an all-terrain vehicle to really do this work, because I'm gonna end up I'm gonna end up breaking this thing, because anytime I have a vehicle or something like that, I work it to the max. I'm very good with vehicles. I take care of my machines. um, I've done the maintenance on this zero turn for now 2 years in a row, including the oil filter change. I'm actually going to change out the blades for the first time. I just did a carb clean on my push mower. But, I'm using my push mower to mow up and collect the leaves that I am putting in these leaf bags that are then going to go into the garden beds. So it'll save us, some money on not having to fill those up with a lot of dirt. And this is going to break down into some incredibly rich compost. But with that being said, it is to take a push mower out, and I'm only doing just sort of the front yard of the property where we have the leaves. We don't get leaves back in any trees, as you can see over this way, but in the front area there are plenty of trees around the house. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, can't zoom in or out in this mode. Okay, that's cool. There are plenty of leaves out in the front of the house, so I really only have to do like the 1, 2, 3 rows over and over again to collect a lot of leaf material. But it's very labor intensive, and so one of the things that I intend on having for next year is just going ahead and saving and spending the $500, a double or triple bagger that goes on this mower, and it just mows up those leaves, and that way I can mow, collect, and drive it over here. I'm trying to save money by doing this and collecting the resources on the land, but it is very, very time intensive, and I have a full-time job. 2 full-time jobs. I'm a professor and I am a writer, and a homesteader. So and the homesteading takes a lot of time and a lot of money in this beginning stage. This is year 3 for us. We moved on the property in December 2020. It is now, January 2024, so we are just, a few days over 3 years on the property. And I always maintain that the first 3 to 5 years are a real uphill battle, time-wise, emotion-wise, financially. And so I'm always kind of juggling and negotiating, what do we just bite the bullet and spend money on? What do I just invest my time in? And so that time, when you're working a full-time job, and mine is, as a professor, it's not just sort of a Monday through Friday sort of deal, or whatever days I'm teaching class. There's always grading and prep and advising and committee meetings and all of that type of stuff. And then you think homesteading, oh wow, something I can do on the weekends, but if it's going to be raining on a weekend or something, then I can't be mowing the lawn. I need to do that either before or after I get off of work from teaching. And so it doesn't necessarily adhere to a neatly fitting part-time gig that would fit in between your normal hours. You have to adjust. But anyway, that's the update. I am very quickly so I'm going to go ahead and hit this bottom, tack this in, because I don't have any lights or anything in here. There's no electricity out here. We do have water, we got irrigation, but I am going to get just a small solar setup just to run some lights in here, and maybe a couple of fans, because I'm in Arkansas, zone 7B, and we get 100-degree temperatures, and I know it's going to be over 100 in here once we hit the summer. Anyway, let me get to tacking, and that is our update on the greenhouse.